Hello everyone. I'm going to show you a phenomenal recipe for some turkey burgers. I normally do not like turkey burgers at all, but this is a recipe that I found. I'll put a link in somewhere in the video, either on the screen, most likely on the screen, so that the YouTube algorithm doesn't nail me for sending you somewhere else. But these are the ingredients that you need. I know it looks like a lot, but these are so full of flavor. So I've got a pound of turkey going on here. I've got some red onion. If you have shallots, you can use shallots too. 2 cloves of garlic, an egg, some flat leaf parsley, some dill weed, basil, red pepper, crushed, and oregano, paprika, thyme. And I made the mistake of using cardamom instead of coriander in the first batch I made, and it still tasted delicious. So I'm going to repeat that, but I'll have the correct link to the actual recipe. So let's get started. Okay, so I have my, I got a 1/4 cup of red onion and 2 cloves of garlic, finely diced in here. And this is a little bit more than a 1/4 cup of some flat leaf parsley. And yes, I just rip off some. I don't pick the leaves off. I just use the stems and everything and just chop it fine. Here are all my spices right here. I'm going to just go ahead and add these in. Now I'm going to do something the recipe does not call for. Also, there's some salt and pepper in there. I just did some Himalayan pink salt and quite a few turns of some freshly cracked pepper. But now to get the spices to release, I'm going to take, this is my mallet, I'm going to just start mashing this because that releases the flavors of the dried spices. Mostly dried spices here. I'm just going to muddle it a little bit. Going to release their flavors. It's going to actually mash up some of the onion and garlic a little bit finer also. You don't really want to bite into like a big chunk of garlic in a burger. Just a quick mash. The dried thyme, it's got dried dill in there. It just freshens up the spices when you grind them a little bit. Next I'm going to add the turkey and the egg. Now my turkey, this was some, that didn't cut. Grab my scissors here. This is just really some cheapo turkey. That came in a tub. It was like 3 pounds or something. They had a special going on, so it's not anything fancy for turkey. So yes, you can use the cheap stuff. It doesn't matter. It'll taste really good. So I also have my oven at 425, and I have a parchment lined baking pan here. So I'm going to go ahead and mix these up and be back. I'm sorry, I'm back already. I forgot to say, I am going to add just a little bit of some olive oil. Probably about 1.5 tablespoons, just for some moisture in our turkey burgers because they don't have a lot of moisture in them. Okay, I'm going to mix this up and I'll be back. Okay, the turkey burger is mixed very, very well. You really want to make sure everything is all mixed in. And what I'm going to do now is, this will make 6 turkey burgers. So I'm just going to take my fork and I've smoothed out the top, and I'm just going to start making some burgers. And I got to make 6. So I'm going to try to get these somewhat even. Just divide this up. And then we're going to form each one into a patty and put it on our prepared pan over here with the parchment paper. So this is a pretty wet mixture. I just kind of start to get it formed. Go ahead and put it on the pan. And then form it again on the pan here into a patty. These are going to shrink up quite a bit. There's not a lot of fat going on in turkey. I'll give you my last burger here. Look at all the colors in there. Do you see how the parsley, you can see the red onion in there. They smell really good, even before they're cooked. So the original recipe says that these go in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes, but I'm going to check them at about 25 minutes. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so I had these in for 30 minutes, and I just took a temperature in the middle of one of them that looked like the thickest, and it was at 166. It's a good temp. So I know it looks kind of weird. We got all this stuff that kind of oozed out or whatever. That all kind of peels off. I think that's partially the egg, maybe some oils or whatever. But trust me, these are delicious. So I'm going to let these cool a little bit, and then I'm going to remove them. So here's my spread. Just to show you guys something. This is like normal for me. This is a fasting blood sugar, 198. Kid you not. Yes, I have type 2 diabetes. I have been fighting this for a year. I really didn't want to say anything on my channel about it, but I've got a losing battle going on. Anyways, that's why I've decided to go like no sugar. That doesn't always work. So anyways, I'm going to show you how I make a burger. Now this is lunch for me. And it's going to be my biggest meal. So I'm going to probably have 2 of these patties. And I was going to show you too. See, I kind of scraped off all that junk. And then I put them in a plate there. This is a no sugar, really low carb pita bread that I split with some little scissors around the edge. I've got 2 slices of tomato, 3 slices of any cheese. Now what would you put on it? Well, I can't have ketchup because ketchup has got sugar in it. But Dijon mustard. Girl's best friend who's got diabetes. Oops. That went all over my hand. So this is what I put on. And I'll put a little on each side and spread it around. It's really hard to find stuff that doesn't have sugar in it. I was kind of amazed when I was reading that sugar is the enemy of type 2 diabetes and diabetics. And actually everybody. If you have cancer, cancer is very much attracted to sugar. I did not know that. So, okay, we've got our mustard on. And I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of patties here. And I might just kind of offset them a little bit so they'll fit on there. I'm going to do my 2 tomatoes. Throw some cheese on here. And then I have, this is just a spring mix of some lettuce. I gotta get another plate. This one's getting all soggy. Okay, let's move this onto my other plate here. Alright. Put our lettuce on. So there's my burger. Oops, that's a little brown. That's too brown for me. Here we go. A low carb hamburger. Thanks for watching.